Welcome in to the latest edition of USL PRO Weekly. My name's Nicholas Murray, very pleased to be joined by David Wagner. And David, lots to get to this edition, and starting off with the Richmond Kickers, who 19 games undefeated now, come back really late to get a 2-2 draw against Phoenix, and then a very dramatic 2-1 win against the Los Angeles Blues. Is this train going to keep rolling until the end of the season, or is there a game out there, is there a team out there that's going to be able to knock the Kickers off their tracks a little bit?
Yeah, it certainly seems like they can do that. I mean, obviously there's been so many scenarios this season where is it going to end this week, is it going to end that week? So at this point, I'm not putting anything past them. Obviously, they still have to go up against Orlando late in the season. I believe it's their second to last game at home. Given the fact that they are going back home, though, it really bodes well for them. They've made it through this really tough road stretch, bearing a result tonight in Vancouver. So I think they do have what it takes. But that said, I mean, the odds are always going to be against them to go undefeated.
As you mentioned, big game against Vancouver tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You can follow along on Twitter for all of the updates on that game. In the middle of the table, we had another big game. Wilmington Hammerheads fell 2-1 to the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Big boost for Pittsburgh, now 2 points behind VSI Tampa Bay FC for 8th place. This was the performance we were expecting to see, I think, out of the Riverhounds, and this is now where they're in a position where they're going to be challenging for the playoffs for the remainder of the season. 2 games against Tampa Bay coming up before the season is out. Those are now massive, massive games.
Yeah, huge week for Pittsburgh, obviously getting the point midweek against Orlando and then coming back and doing the business. They really needed to win this weekend, and they got it. Matt Dahlman, who's assisted on so many this year, had a great goal. He cuts into the box so well and creates opportunities for himself and others, and got a big goal this weekend, and just a huge result for Pittsburgh all the way around, who really need those points right now.
You can hear our interview with Pittsburgh head coach Justin Evans later this week on the USL Pro Weekly podcast. Keep an ear out for that on Thursday morning. Before that, though, on Wednesday, we have some really big midweek games. We have Charlotte Eagles hosting the Los Angeles Blues, and the Harrisburg City Islanders hosting the Dayton Dutch Lions. Now, these are all 4 teams that I think we're expecting to see in the playoffs at the end of the season. Mm-hmm. Which team does this matter to most as far as making sure they get the seeding they need at the end of the season?
Yeah, I think it's LA right now, because if you saw after this last weekend, LA dropped down again out of that top 4. I think LA also doesn't hurt. They don't have as many games left as the other teams too. Some of the other teams have more games in hand. So a win in both these encounters is really big for LA coming up here this weekend.
I agree for a similar reason, but I'm going to look at the Charlotte Eagles. They've been very good at home.
Yep.
They're getting LA coming in, and if they can get a win here, they can create that separation,
Agreed.
Bolster their top 4 place, and kind of create a gap between the Blues and the other teams below them in the standings. That game should be a really good one. It'll be on USL Nation on Wednesday night at 7 p.m, as will all 3 of tomorrow night's games. We hope you enjoyed this edition of USL Pro Weekly. We hope you join us again on Friday for the weekend preview. But until then, for David, my name's Nicholas. Thanks for joining us.